So there's a small YouTube channel named Brent Rivera, and he's a pretty big loser. I know I said that there wouldn't be any more videos until the 25th because that's approximately the time my semester ends, but I'm just really itching to get a video out there. But anyways, continuing on, he allegedly steals content ideas, but something that is not alleged and has been confessed to by Mr. Rivera himself is falsely copyright striking people for hurting his feelings. He's just a big, fat, stinky, good-for-nothing Roblox hair-looking cretin. And speaking of his looks, why don't we check out his profile picture? Would you look at that? He's got his tongue out the car. He looks like a character from The Outsiders. And he does seem to be like one too, judging from the videos he's made and the things he's done in his past. But putting aside the things he's done on YouTube, such as allegedly false copyright, well, not allegedly, he definitely did false copyright strike people. He admitted it himself, as well as allegedly stealing content ideas and even just straight up videos and reposting them. He's still got a few nitpicks that I personally would like to address. And before I continue on with why I don't like this guy, let me just say it's not okay to be harassing people no matter how much of a piss stain they are in society. You aren't better than the people I make fun of if you harass them. You're simply like them, if not worse. It's also very parasocial to be harassing the people I present in my videos, and that's not really cool, gang. And now, with that being said, let me present to you my argument on why I think Brent Rivera is just a small little silly round egg. First of all, this guy has a pretty medium, rare, run-of-the-mill track record when it comes to creating adult thumbnails. First of all, let's take a look at I went on 100 dates in 24 hours around the world, which is straight cap, by the way. First of all, it's impossible because traveling around the world takes nearly twice as long as the duration he stated in his videos, so he's already clickbaiting there. And number two, this guy's bound to be collecting STDs like they're premium Roblox items. And moving on from that, we got I went on 100 dates, which I don't know what's his fixation on dating this many women. Anyways, little sister goes on 100 dates in 24 hours. I went on a honeymoon with my best friend. Last to stop kissing wins $10,000. Which is some wild content right there. Just posting yourself having an orgy, basically. I'm starting to see a pattern here. It feels like Mr. Rivera is trying to be something that he's not. And in my opinion, that's just really pathetic. And another thing that's pathetic about his content is that in ignoring the less than half but still significant portion of his content having sexually explicit thumbnails, a lot of his content is just geared around kissing and the good old saliva exchange. If I were to scroll through his content, there would be more videos on kissing alone rather than the amount of insects there are on this planet. And just like these insects, these videos are not very interesting. They're not very cool. Some of them are even gross to an extent. And the only thing that's potentially interesting is this guy acting like a sewage pipe, just sucking up other people's bodily fluids. And kissing in front of kids, I think is, albeit very, very, very weird. I highly suggest not doing it in front of kids so they don't get the idea that collecting STDs like Diary of a Wimpy Kid books is cool. But anyways, there's really nothing wrong with kissing for the camera in and of itself. You're showing love, you show that you care, and to some extent you bring some level of authenticity to the camera that you love being near that person and you're willing to die for them. But the fact that in the sample size of 25 videos I taken from your most popular videos courtesy of your own YouTube channel, 7 of your top 25 videos are about kissing. You have made 740 videos. That's a lot of damn videos. And furthermore, you lied about Barack Obama showing up to your wedding. You're a huge liar for that. But anyways, yeah, since your YouTube channel is inactive, I think I'll stop my Brent Rivera tangent here since I don't really see you as something worth talking about since, oh wait, no, never mind. He created a new YouTube channel a year ago or so called Brent Rivera Top Videos, and he doesn't even repost videos, he actually makes new ones. I'm assuming that there is an idea behind the title of this channel, and my conspiracy for this title is that he titled it in this way so people won't bully Mr. Rivera for the dumb things he's done and the dumb things he is actively doing. And I know this has got to be his channel because he linked it from the official channel at the bottom, and the only way you can really do that is if you or someone near you has access to that channel. And I'm assuming he's doing this presumably under the assumption that his fans are salivating for more Brent Rivera content and they're desperately scrounging around his channel for more Brent Rivera content for some odd reason. And the content he's been posting on this channel is just normal content, aside from the fact that he, of all people, is giving dating advice, and of course is speedrunning the path to being a petri dish of STDs. And on another channel that he's a part of named AMP World, he's also doing the same crap where he's just speedrunning biochemical warfare with the amount of STDs he's gathering. And before we continue, yes, you can get STDs from saliva, obviously. But that's the only real legitimate problem I have with Mr. Rivera that I think a vast lot of people would agree with. It's that he makes really weird thumbnails occasionally, and that's kind of really the only thing that everyone can agree on. And now, starting from here, this part's just going to be more my own personal nitpick and my own arguments and my own values as to why Mr. Rivera is a horrible person. So take this with a grain of salt and give it some thought, because these could be influenced by my, Asian lineage, of course. My parents are Asian, so they would be more likely to be more conservative because that's part of Asian culture. Well, not Asian culture generally. It's more Vietnamese culture to be more conservative. And combined with the fact that I'm Catholic, I am more likely to be more prudish. So take that with a grain of salt and, keep those things about my background in mind. But I think that Mr. Rivera's content revolving around dating and then marketing this stuff towards kids, it's horrible. It's absolutely disgusting because it sets a precedent that having a significant other makes you a more quote-unquote high-value human, or significant others makes you a quote-unquote high-value human, which just thinking about the term high-value human alone is just disgusting. And of course, there are ways to value certain humans and how valuable certain people are, but just having a significant other is just not one of those ways to quantify how much of a high value person you are. But that's the precedent that Mr. Rivera is setting. And this type of content just encourages very young children, very impressionable children, specifically elementary schoolers. And yes, I can prove that only elementary schoolers are watching this content. Look at the provided statistics on screen. To seek out romantic relationships when they understand nothing about romance whatsoever. On its own, this isn't really harmful because, when you're a kid, that's the time you get to make mistakes and stuff. You get to do whatever as long as you're not committing felonies. But the problem with this is that it probably affects the mental health of children because some of them are scared. They aren't considered high value in society because they don't have a relationship. And that's just a really weird thing to be instilling in front of kids, like romantic interest. When you think of romance, you think of dating, you think of starting a family with someone, and children should not be starting a family, if you get what I mean. Additionally, this type of content, the content where he goes diving into a vat of skeet basically, objectifies women by treating them like a stat you gotta grind in an MMORPG. He treats women as if they are just checkpoints to sexually conquer. And that is just a really misogynistic belief to have. Because by objectifying women, you are treating them as if they are objects, not as human beings. Therefore, by you centralizing your brand around dating this many amounts of women and all that type of stuff, you're just basically implying as if women should be yours, and if they aren't, then that's just a really weird thing to do. And I know this is kind of a stretch. I know this is just a really weird thing to be talking about. But at the same time, you see what I mean when he censors a brand around a specific gender and commodifying them in a sense. That's just a really weird thing to be doing. You can't be treating women who are human beings as objects. That just simply strips them of their rights. And that's just a really bad precedent to be setting. I know this is horribly worded because the whole objectifying women and explaining how he's objectifying women and how it's misogynistic and stuff like that. That part was not scripted. I just tried my best to explain it off the grid as possible. But if that makes sense, then please understand that I'm not very good at writing this type of stuff out because I didn't write it out. I'm speaking right now, but I'm trying not to stutter, so then I'm just throwing in filler words and stuff like that. So yeah, my bad. But anyways, you see what I mean? It's just really misogynistic. I hope I explained it well enough to everyone. And initially, I wanted to end the video here. I started this script back in November of 2024. Yes, it took me a year to get this out, basically. I got sidetracked by a couple of side quests. But anyways, I went back to see if there was anything missing. And when I went back on his channel as of 4 days ago, he proved my point again. Well, a little bit before that too, 2 weeks ago as of recording, he uploaded a video called Caught Red-Handed, the most epic fails ever. And ignoring the suspiciously titled video straight out of a Brazzer Premium video, the video is just him doing autofellatio on how much of a nice guy he is. He gives out all these phones, he gives out all these materialistic things to all his friends, and that's just such a narcissistic outlook on his career. He has built his entire brand on being this guy that he's not. He's building a brand based off of what he thinks society views as a high-value human. And additionally, this sex-crazed maniac uploaded another video where he just kisses his quote-unquote best friend, which, first of all, I bet you no one is his friend. He frequently revisits his older high school, and I know this because I got testimonies from a few of my friends who went to this school, and it's just him acting like he's the president of the United States, basically. He constantly sucks himself off like Ouroboros, and it's just such a pathetic look into this guy. Second of all, this guy has infinity X best friends, dude. Like, he has so many best friends. He constantly says, I do X, Y, and Z to my best friend, but it's just a different person nearly every single time. And take a look, for example, my little sister married my best friend, and kissing my best friend will our relationship survive, or friendship, or survive. And I'm getting so sidetracked, I'm so sorry, but the way he titled this is like an AI posted this video. Like, seriously, it's not even grammatically correct, and it doesn't even have any drama to it either. If you really want to amplify the clickbait aspect, it's supposed to be kissing my best friend, comma, will our relationship survive? 3 exclamation marks. OMG emoji, shocked emoji, fainting emoji, gone sexual in parentheses, like that type of stuff. Obviously, if you want to amplify the clickbait, which I'm not encouraging, by the way, I'm just saying he sucks at what he's supposed to be good at. But anyways, usually a best friend is a singular title held by one person, yet here he is lying out of his ass in order to get clicks on his videos. And speaking of the kissing my best friend while our relationship survive video, for some reason the teaser slash cliffhanger or whatever that he leaves us on is him getting ready to deep throat the girl with his tongue. It actually looks like a scene out of Alien. And I feel like that is such a weird thing to be advertising to children. You're exploiting their curiosity for your kissing sessions, and it's so weird. On top of that, Pearson Wodzinski, the person that you're laying eggs of inside of like a damn alien, literally hasn't even mentioned you in her socials as far as I can see. The video is clickbait. I watched the video, and the first thing that you see in the video is just him throwing in filler stuff. Like, for example, pranking my friend inside of like a car. So what he does in the video, and I'm not going to show it, by the way, because I know he's going to copyright strike it. He's just going to talk about how, oh, I'm going to scare my best friend with a clown. And then, like, he has, like, one of his friends dressed up as a clown sit in the back seat. And then when he invites the friend over into the car like a murderer, he actually just invites him going like, hey, come into my car for a second. I want to, like, do something, right? It actually looks like he's trying to murder them. So then, while the friend is walking inside of the car and the friend enters the vehicle, and somehow the friend doesn't check the back seat, which, I don't know, personally, I always check the back seat before I go into a car, just in case I'm gonna get murdered. His friends magically don't see the huge freaking clown in the back seat, and I don't know how they missed that, but then after that, the clown jump scares him and all that other stuff, and it's just a whole bunch of filler just to pad the runtime in order to, you know, get his child audience to stick around until he starts getting to the kissing part where he French kisses Pearson. I'm sorry for, like, the voice change and stuff like that. I'm really trying to get into a more deeper voice right now because I really don't like the voice that I currently have. I want a deeper voice. But anyways, the bottom line is that, and I'm not going to be constantly insulting him the entire time, is that I think that Brent Rivera needs to go get counseling or something for his insecurities. The amount of content that he's made revolving around kissing harems of women is not a healthy thing to do, mentally and physically. He's keeping himself contained in this vat of misery and delusion that prevents him from living a real life, and his entire brand revolves around him being a womanizer and a playboy, which is not something that is healthy for him to be doing. And this isn't good for his audience either. His content is provably made for children. Such content being made and marketed towards children is objectively not a good thing for these children. and I cannot fathom a single argument that could be made in favor of this content in good faith. They're growing up watching this guy with like 30 something million subs, or like 900k if you really want to be on Brent Rivera's side, thinking that kissing a bunch of women is cool and you gotta bang them and you gotta do all these sorts of things, and it's just all these harmful beliefs that is contributing to the modern dating scene's problems, where you have all these insecure losers thinking they deserve all the coochie when that's just not how it works. The way it really works is that you need to not essentially like earn it in a sense, but you need to make yourself more desirable by improving on yourself, by having character development, by understanding that there are certain things that you've done in your past, and everyone has these. If you say you don't, you're a liar, you are a disgrace, get away from me. But anyways, everyone has had a past of doing really goofy and stupid things, and you just need to come to terms that, yeah, I messed up, I done goofed on this, and I guarantee you 50% of you who are single right now and who are really desperate and have not had a single relationship ever in your life, I'm gonna give you some dating advice. Just don't yet. If you have been single all this time and you're like, what, 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever, like as long as you're like a junior or above from high school or like older, if you haven't been in a relationship ever, then maybe consider working on your personality. Maybe consider not being more likable, but, well, obviously you would want to be more likable, but just come to terms with the fact that there are times where you have not been a good human being, you have not been an optimal person, and you should come to terms with that and work on yourself. That's how you mature. And yeah, if you really want a relationship that bad, first of all, I highly suggest not being desperate. Second of all, I highly suggest working on yourself and coming to terms with the fact that everyone at some point has done something stupid and has had a bad habit, and we all need to fix it, and that's how you get into a relationship, baby. But anyways, ignoring that side tangent of a 17-year-old giving dating advice to adults, which should not have been a thing at all. I've definitely got to work on my credibility on that one. But anyways, furthermore, this is going to be very, very extreme, but I can even argue that this type of content contributes to the radical feminist beliefs that all men are just creepy sex fanatics. Now, hear me out on this one. Am I saying that Brent Rivera's content contributes to the narrative proposed by the radical feminist movement? Hell yeah, I am. I didn't even stutter on that. Do I support the radical feminist movement? Hell no. All genders should treat each other as equals because we're all the same species of animal anyways. No one is better than anyone because that's literally biologically impossible. It is against Mother Nature to assume that one human being is better than the other when they're all the same. But anyways, really just think about it. Give some food for thought here. We have this popular guy making millions a year by kissing and dating women and making them simp. But think about it. We have this popular guy making millions a year by kissing and dating women and making himself seem like the ultimate wizard, and that just fits the stereotype of males that radical feminists have had and have established. I don't think that Brent Rivera is contributing to the political polarization of the world, obviously, but I at least can firmly believe that Brent Rivera is only reaffirming the beliefs of radical feminists through reinforcing those stereotypes, through reinforcing that all men are misogynistic, because we have someone as popular and quote-unquote powerful. I wouldn't even say powerful. If you say he is ugly, he will actually just break down in tears, start like curling at his face to his knees, just sobbing inconsolably. But anyways, with someone like him at the tippy top of YouTube, it's no surprise that radical feminists have ammo in the first place. Now, with the admittedly unhinged rants out of the way, let's go back to how Brent Rivera can fix up his content. No, he can't. He's already built this reputation on being this guy who has access to hordes of women, and it's kind of scary how many he even has access to. I feel like he's got like a dealer or something, and if he's just reusing the same woman, that's even weirder, probably. you're saying, oh, you're dating all these women and stuff like that. So basically, you're in like a sane polyamorous relationship, like sane as in like 100 in Spanish or something like that. I don't know the prefix for 100. It's probably like milli or something. I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, that's really about it for that segment. It's really scary how many women he has access to. He's got like hordes of them. I feel like he's got like a dealer or something. So yeah, that's really about it. Overall, Brent Rivera is a huge insecure loser who peaked in high school and is desperately looking for that peak again. He creates content around kissing gaggles of women to make himself seem like a desirable male to have babies with. And he markets this type of content towards children, which is blatantly objectively a bad thing because, you know, you're telling kids, hey, look at me, I'm successful because I kiss a bunch of women. Kids are very impressionable, and you, of all people, should know that because that's your demographic. Multiple sources have said that that is your demographic. And I'm not saying that he is, but it really does look like he's taking advantage of children and their curiosity. But that's just something that you, the audience, should decide yourself by doing your own research and by, you know, coming to your own conclusions. But anyways, that's really all I have to say about Brent Rivera. I probably won't make a jack-off doohickey video because there's already enough about him and I don't want to contribute to the mountaintop of slop and filth on Jack Doherty. However, if I do find new things that I have not seen about him before, I will make an entire video just dogging on the guy because of course I'm going to be bringing this to light. But if there's no Jack Doherty video, then expect a video on Nicki Minaj. And I know it's so random, but someone brought it up to me a while ago and they brought up something really messed up about Nicki Minaj, and I thought I should bring it to light as well as other things that people are not pointing out, and it's something that I feel like I should really point out. Additionally, I want to go on another tangent before I end the video. I just want to talk about a small YouTube channel named Jaden Animations real quick. And no, I'm not going to be exposing her real quick. Not yet. Maybe. Nah, I'm just joking. I don't really have any dirt on her. She's cool beans. For now, at least. But anyways, I just realized she made a video on how she obtained the epic rarity pet Tostada 2 months ago. However, in a tier list video she made when Pokemon sent her all these Unova plushies or something, we can see Tostada and Jaden even calls her out by name. And I just thought that was a really interesting thing to point out. That was just such a random thing that I wanted to talk about, and it has no relevance to Brent Rivera anyways, but I had to point it out because why not? Also, she might have planned to upload the video, but then Pokemon sent her a bunch of plushies and she got sidetracked and the video ended up coming out hella late. But anyways, yeah, that's all I really have to say in terms of Brent Rivera. I hope you all have a good day. Stay smart out there, guys, and bye.